Hello and welcome to today's photography class. We're going to learn how to take a panoramic photograph, and just that means to take a wide, really wide shot, and it's quite long, just like the way your eye sees. So at the moment this is quite cropped in, but imagine if we could take the whole photo that includes all the range of vision that I see right now. Okay, so instead of it just being so cropped in, we've got quite a wide angle, quite a long angle. So in order to do that, we need to take multiple photos, and later we're going to edit these photos into Photoshop. Okay, we're going to take these photographs vertically. Okay, so holding your camera like this, not horizontally, because if you hold it vertically you're going to get more in your shot, and you can always crop it out later. You have more detail, more quality. So if you do have a tripod, I would recommend using a tripod, and then there's a little thing you can turn it to vertical, and that way you're going to be in the same spot and just moving your camera like on a tripod. If you don't, you can just do it by hand, but try to stay in the same spot and just move it like you're a tripod. Okay, so we're going to put it on to shutter mode. Okay, we're on shutter mode, as you can see there on the S mode. For Canon, that is time value, and I have set that to 1/25 of a second. Okay, so 1/25 of a second. Set my ISO to 100 as well. Alright, so we're going to take a series of photographs. I'm just going to set it up now, so I'm going to just get one shot, overlap my last shot. Okay. Whoa, okay. Okay, so my last shot was here. I'll probably take a few more. And we're just going to stitch them together. Make sure that your last shot overlaps, okay? So if I'm taking a photo, make sure I'm overlapping as I go. Alright, and then we're just going to edit them in Photoshop later. Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. Now we are going to load your images into your computer and put them in a folder. I put them in try to, called it try to, just so I know where my photos are to edit. So these are my series of panoramic images that have each overlapped each other. So I know that when I go to load them in Photoshop, they should combine. So I'll just show you my series. They each overlap. Hopefully it combines. I did check, this does combine, and sometimes it's a bit of trial and error. Sometimes you'll come across some that don't work out because maybe you didn't really hold your camera the right angle and it doesn't quite work out right. So you might need to give this a go a few times, just trial and error. So I'm going to go to Photoshop. This is what it will turn out to look like. Okay, pretty good. Again, it's just my backyard, so you know, it's pretty ordinary. What you can get, you can kind of see here is where your images, you know, line up, and it just does this merge option here automatically. Another try I had was another angle and less photos, so it's a less wide angle, but yeah, that's what I captured. So I'm going to show you how to do this and how to load it up. So first of all, I'm going to go File, Automate. We do have obviously our HDR option, but Photo Merge is what we want to click onto because we want to merge all of our photos. Okay, you have a couple of options, Auto, Perspective, a few different options here. I just normally click on Auto and it generally works, and click on Browse. And because we set it up in this folder that I call Try To, I know that they're the ones that I know worked out pretty well and had a good overlap. I'm going to press click and drag to highlight all of those photos and just press OK. And here we can see them loaded up. Blend images together, that's what we want to do. I think that will just do the job there. So let's press OK, and you'll now watch as Photoshop does its thing and it chucks all the photos together beautifully to make us a panoramic. Again, why do we do this in Photoshop, and why do we take so many photos? As you know, we could just do this on our phone. It's about quality, all about quality. Another really neat thing you can do in Photoshop and by taking your photos is you can do this panoramic after you've, say, done HDR, but that's another time. If you want to really get into it, you could do a HDR panoramic, learning our last lesson, which was the HDR, and applying that idea in each of the shots, but then overlap them. So that's something, if you really want to get tricky and get some really amazing effects, you could do a HDR panoramic. But for now, let's just do a straight panoramic. Okay, so it's blended it all together. As you can see here, it's just adding a mask. And if you unclick here on our layers, you can see how it's blended each photo, which is interesting, isn't it? How it's blended each part, made sure it's worked well together. Okay, it has this edge and it doesn't quite line up, so now we just get the crop tool. Okay, I'm just going to crop that in. If you want to get highly detailed, you can press Ctrl+ to get a bit closer, but I'll just do a rough crop at the moment. Okay, and press Enter. And there we have it, our HDR photograph. At the moment, it is still a Photoshop document. So to make it a flattened photo, we need to export that. So File, Save As, save on my computer. Let's call it Final HDR Pool. And we select this drop down, and I just normally choose a JPEG. If you want higher quality, I believe TIFF is a little bit more high quality, but for now I'll just choose JPEG. Press Save. It's waiting, and hit Progressive. Make sure it's all the way to 5. All the way set to the largest file. It's a little bit slow today, my computer. And press OK. And that should export my photo. So lots of exploring to do. It's so much fun once you get that panoramic photo after all that hard work. And remember, it's all about the quality that you're getting by merging multiple photos together. Your phone or your camera on panoramic mode could not get the quality that we are getting by combining many photos together. Where is the quality? Just waiting for that to load properly. Must be the internet working a bit funny lately. There we go, that's better. There's our quality. So it's much better quality, merging multiple photos together, and having a few internet problems at the moment, slowing right up. So there you have it. The panoramic working together in Photoshop to edit it together, and there you have a nice panoramic. So keep in mind what you learned last class with the HDR. If you took a couple of photos of each of these, combine those separately first as a HDR, and then once you've got your HDRs, then as JPEGs, you could then combine those into a panoramic. So think about what you've learned. You can really create some amazing effects. So enjoy this today. Hopefully it all goes well for you. Shout out and email me if you have any problems at all, and really get into exploring it. Sometimes you'll have little difficulties, but that's all part of the process. You know, you will learn from the mistakes that you make, because not all the time they go well. So sometimes they don't go well, and you learn from them. Maybe you were at a totally different angle, and that's why it doesn't want to match up at all. Maybe you missed out on overlapping the last shot, and that's why it didn't work out. So yeah, give it a go, have fun, and enjoy. All right, see you later.